a dead state, meaning we did not know who we were. We did not know our God. Go ahead.
And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth.
Right, so hey man, they rejoiced at our downfall, man. They were glad that we failed, man. All right, go ahead.
And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered to them, as they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
We're in the 3rd day now. So the Lord's raising up his prophets in these last days. For what? Alright? Okay, for the coming, to herald in the coming of Yahweh Shai. To herald in the coming of the Lord, man. Alright? To herald in means to call out like a king coming, hear ye, hear ye. Alright? The great king is coming into the hall. So we're heralding the coming of Yahweh Shai, man. All right? And proclaiming the words of Yahweh Bashim Shai, what he has proposed upon this earth, man. Yeah.
This Isaiah 44 and verse 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith Yahweh that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thy offspring. And hey, that's what the Lord have done, man. That's this great awakening that you see. We no longer dead bodies, dry bones. No, we know who we are. We know we are the children of Israel. It says, verse 4, and they shall spring up as amongst the grass, as willows by the watercourses. So now that's why you see the various brothers waking up. The multiple camps around the world. You know, us professing ourselves to be the children of Israel, man. You know? It says, verse 5, one shall say, I am Yahweh, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand upon unto Yahweh, and surname himself by the name of Israel. So we throwing off those that BS that we was taught, man. We be so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. We just these just lost up and messed up people. Nah, man. We professing ourselves to be the children of the Lord, man. Light has come back into the earth, man. You know, as it says in that John 3.
This is Amos chapter 9 verse 11. In that day I will rise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. I will rise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
Yep, the Lord is bringing back his people, man. He's raising up the tabernacles of David, man. You know, he's raising up his elect men. He's fixing all the impurities and making us a people again, man. And it's before the whole world, man.
He saw it. The Lord gave the vision.
That they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen, which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doeth this.
Exactly, man. Hey, when you go back into the scriptures, man, when King David ruled, man, he wasn't co-heirs with all these other nations. No, man, he was on top of them, man. So the Lord is bringing back his people. He's going to set his people back on top.
Right. So here it is.
Yeah. So that is what it is, man. All right. So we're at the end of this, and the scripture says, "Greater is the end of the thing than the beginning, man." All right. From the beginning of this motherfucker, we begin our ass beat. All right. All right. So we're crying out, man. All right. Somebody give me Ezekiel 9 and 4, man. All right. Unless you got something.
Can I bring this out?
Yeah. Yes,
this
sir.
Isaiah chapter 19, and verse. I start verse 18. It says, "In that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan, and swear to Yahweh of hosts, and shall be called the city of destruction." Verse 19, "In that day there shall be an altar unto Yahweh in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord." And this isn't talking about in physical Egypt. This is talking about here in Babylon the Great. Revelation 11 and 8 is that great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. This is talking about here, man. And this is the altar right here, us offering up ourselves, man. It says, verse 19, in that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord. And this shall be for a sign and for a witness unto Yahweh of hosts in the land of Egypt. For they shall cry unto the Lord because of the oppressors, and he shall send them a savior and a great one, and he shall deliver them. So this is what's happening right now. As the brother finna read that Ezekiel 9 and 4, we're crying out to the Lord, telling them, hey, come help us. We acknowledged our iniquity. Hey, we don't want to be in the hand of our oppressors. Come back and save us. And what it say? It says, and he shall send them a savior, Yahweh Shai, and a great one, and he shall deliver them. So, and the next thing that we're looking forward to is the savior coming back and delivering us, man. You know?
Right, man. This is what the Lord has proposed upon the earth, man. All right, man, to deliver his children and condemn all those that this shall be the plagues. You know what I'm talking about?
Against Jerusalem.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, let's get that. You got something? Hold it. We'll bring that out later. Okay. Go ahead.
This Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Get it?
And hey, that's the judgment that the Lord's gonna bring upon this place, man. Hey, that ICBM nuclear missiles, man. Hey, everybody that kicked against the pricks, talked shit about the prophets, didn't believe in the prophets. Hey, you got hoe-ass Cologne trying to come up against the prophets, man. You got all these fake-ass pastors and preachers and prophets, man, that kicked against the building of the spiritual building of the Lord.
Yeah.
Hey, their judgment is they're gonna die here in America, man. A horrible death.
That's right. This is Isaiah 29:7. And the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel, which basically means Israel, even all that fight against her and her munition, and that distress her, shall be as a dream of a night vision. Okay? It shall even be as when a hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty. Or as when a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint, and his soul hath appetite. So shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against the Mount Zion. So all of you nations that fight against Israel, man, all right, man, could somebody get Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt?